I've lived in this house for almost 5 years. It's nothing special. A quiet, 2-story in a forgotten pocket of Pennsylvania. Cheap, sturdy, and just remote enough to feel safe. I bought it from an elderly couple who said they were moving closer to family. Nothing suspicious, nothing strange. The house was old, sure, but the foundation was solid. The roof was new, and the basement, well, it had its quirks. A bit damp, a little too quiet, but manageable. That's where I set up my weekend workshop. Tools, paint, old furniture I planned to restore someday. I spent hours down there. I knew every inch of that space, or so I thought. It began with the draft. I was cleaning up one evening, maybe close to midnight, when I felt it. A strange current of air. Cold, too cold. The kind that brushes your spine and makes your teeth ache. It came from the far side of the room, behind a row of heavy shelving units I hadn't moved in years. Curiosity got the better of me. I dragged the shelves aside, revealing a wall that didn't match the rest. The stone was smoother, paler, newer, and there, barely visible, was a seam, vertical, door-like. I don't remember deciding to pry it open, just the feeling of inevitability. My hands were shaking as I wedged a crowbar into the seam. The concrete groaned, splintered, and finally gave way with a cracking pop. A chunk fell inward, and what lay behind wasn't right. It wasn't a room, not in the normal sense. Just a hollow void carved crudely into the foundation. No lights, no floor, only packed earth. The air reeked of rot and iron. Something else. Something sweet. Like overripe fruit left to decay in the sun. I should have walked away. Instead, I stepped inside. The air turned to ice. My breath fogged. Silence pressed against my ears like cotton. I scanned the space with my flashlight, trembling. Dust, dirt, cobwebs, thicker than rope. And then, something moved. Just for a moment. A flicker at the edge of my vision. A shifting in the shadows. I spun toward it, nearly dropping the light. Nothing. But the dirt floor wasn't smooth anymore. It was disturbed. Shallow mounds. Like someone had been buried, or had tried to crawl out. One of the mounds was trembling. I didn't scream. Not yet. I inched forward, driven by some twisted mix of dread and disbelief. And when I knelt to inspect it, I noticed something partially unearthed. Stained cloth, frayed and ancient. I reached toward it, hesitating, and then the dirt exploded. Something clawed up from beneath. Pale, slick fingers, twitching unnaturally. Nails cracked and curled like tree bark. The cloth shifted, and a head emerged. Or what was left of one. No eyes. Just black sockets, and a smile that never ended. Its jaw hung open wider than it should. Skin like melted wax, folding in on itself. It whispered something in a language I didn't understand. Or maybe I did. Maybe it was inside my head. I ran. I don't even remember how I got out. Just the sound of my feet thudding up the stairs. My heart exploding in my chest. I slammed the door shut and threw everything I could find against it. The banging didn't come. The thing didn't chase me, but I could feel it watching. That night, the lights flickered. The air vents groaned. At 3:07 a.m., my smoke alarm went off for no reason. Not the one in the hall, the one inside the basement. I didn't sleep. I sat by the door, listening, and just before dawn, I heard it, scratching, from inside the walls. Not like mice. No, this was rhythmic, intentional, like fingers tapped, counting. I left the house for a week, stayed in a motel with buzzing lights and stained carpets, I convinced myself it was a hallucination. Moldavian carbon monoxide. Stress. When I finally went back, I tried to forget. I sealed the wall shut with concrete. I moved the shelves back into place. I never went near that corner again, but things didn't stop. At night, I hear humming, a child's lullaby I don't recognize. Sometimes, I wake up with dirt under my nails. And once, just once, I found a single, tiny tooth on my nightstand. I live alone. I keep the basement door locked now, but it doesn't matter. Some nights, I wake up to find it standing wide open. I always shut it quickly, but each time, it's just a little harder. Like something on the other side is pulling back. Last night, I heard whispering again. Not from the basement, but inside my bedroom. It said, "You came into my room. Now I come into yours." We went camping deep in Black Hollow Forest. Just me, my girlfriend Abby, and our friend Marcus. It was supposed to be a detox weekend. No phones, no lights past sunset, just the stars, the fire, and nature. The woods were quiet, too quiet. No birds, no crickets. Just that kind of silence that feels like it's listening. On the second night, we built a fire, shared whiskey and ghost stories. Marcus told one about skinwalkers, laughing it off. But I noticed Abby go pale. Later, she told me her grandma used to talk about something in these woods. Something that steals voices and wears them like clothes. We laughed it off. We shouldn't have. At around 2 a.m., I woke up to the sound of footsteps. Heavy, slow, deliberate. At first, I thought it was Marcus heading to pee in the trees, but then I saw the outline through the tent wall. Too tall, wrong shape, arms too long, head tilted unnaturally to the side. It didn't move like a person. It twitched like a puppet with tangled strings. I held my breath. Abby was still asleep next to me. The thing crawled closer, its silhouette dragging across the tent wall, brushing the fabric with sharp, clicking fingers. It leaned down and whispered something. It was my voice, but it wasn't me. "Let me in. It's cold out here." I almost screamed, but I shut my eyes and prayed it would leave. After a few seconds of dead silence, the footsteps moved away. Morning came. Marcus was gone. No blood, no struggle, just his sleeping bag, ripped open from the inside. We searched for hours, found nothing. No tracks, no prints, just one thing carved into a tree near camp. "Thank you for the skin." We hiked out the same day. Abby didn't speak the entire time, not even in the car. When we got home, she locked herself in the bathroom and cried for an hour. That night, as I lay in bed, I heard footsteps again. Slow, heavy, dragging. They stopped just outside the bedroom door. And then, Marcus's voice. Too perfect, too clean. "Hey man, let me in." I'm freezing. But Marcus was never found. And when I looked through the peephole, he was smiling too wide, his head cocked just like that thing in the woods.